We are live. Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David? Now, today I'm working on doing whatever I need to do on the 109 and the P-51D. Now, if Bassman rocks along, I'll flick him the link. He's going to be working on his. Now I know it's a Cobra, but I don't think Cobras are Mustangs, but they're a similar car. It's a coupe. Not that much. Yes. But at the end of the day, yeah, well, that requires when he rocks up, you can get onto that. But in the meantime, I'm onto the P-51D and the 109. Now, I've been a bit lazy. I haven't gotten much done on either of them since the last time we were here, but I've gotten a little bit done. A little bit. Alrighty. Now, voice things voiced. Coffee. Oh, yeah. Now, next, we bring the camera around. We bring it around the outside, right in the home. Stop there now. Now, one thing I have gotten sort of done, is this vent cover, but as you can see, there's a whopping great gap there. Now, what I'm going to do is fill that with crystal clear ultimately. One thing I would say though, I'm not quite sure. It looks like it's right, but you know, never mind. One thing I will show you though. The vent shows really well. Let's see if I can. It's not showing. Yeah, you can sort of see it, but ultimately, and I'm not quite getting, but you can see it very clearly there, which I think is a bit good. Anyway, now I got most of that cover on just this morning. I would like to let that dry a little more. Now, other things I can do and will do. First, we're going to get on to, Rob. Rob, what are you doing, lad? I left some of the Mustang parts over on another table because what I want to get on to first is, give me a moment, I'm just going to pull you back so that I can reach over and grab our Mustang and bring you in. Now, there's a word for you, young David. Incorrigible. 8. Oh, you're a bad man. Bad man. What'd you get? This I gotta hear. That's amazing. Actually, wait, I shouldn't pay you out. I've done that. I remember getting I bought the whole ICM range of Guards of the World set in one fell swoop. So that was 8 kits. So I can't really make any commentary on that. But that's, yeah. What'd you get? Do tell. Oh, hey, John, how you doing? Now I'm just going to get the Mustang bits that I put on the other table. What are these? Don't need those. Now, what we're looking for, I need new seat, as in desk chair. This one's about to cark it. I fear I'm about to go through rather a bit of a chunk of money I don't really wish to spend, because I need a new desk chair, a new vacuum cleaner, yeah, grumble, grumble, grumble. Now, you should pop this thusly. Drop tank time. Let's find our drop tanks. Why is this one not properly painted, I wonder? That's a bit rumpty on its own. That suggests I should probably address that, doesn't it? That's a bit annoying, actually. It actually is. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I hope I've got the right Mustang stuff. Well. Anyway, so what I'll do, I don't need that on there anymore. Move this over to here. Matchbox, there's a blast from the past. Now what I'll do, where's the point? Oh God, that's awful. I hit this with spray paint and I can see that it hasn't played it. Oh, yeah, dear, oh dear. Actually, there's probably the point to go for. If I can, no, just deal up. Okay, is that stable? Oh God. No, it's stable. I have to do the rest once it's in situ. I miss, well, I don't miss, that's the wrong word. But I view Matchbox as a pleasant childhood memory, and I'm not alone in that. Now, give me a moment. I had hoped to put these on, but I just noticed that for some, as I said, I applied spray paint on a whole stack of stuff, and clearly this hasn't received a complete coating, so that's not kosher. I think it's not kosher. Rock the Caspar. I'll stop right there. So we'll address that. Now, once that's done, next on my agenda is I have somewhere here or around here some wheels things for the Messerschmitt that I have painted, and I would like to do the other side of them. Oh, I can't see them. Hang on. Let's have a quick gander before I get down to business on these two bombs. Not bombs, drop tanks. There's a difference. Robin, what goes on here? Aha! I see you. Yeah, here we are. Jolly good. Pop them over to there. Bing. I've never heard of them. However, I would be curious to hear more about them if you follow me, in as much as from the viewpoint of, yeah, once you get it and you have a gander, if you do you open them immediately or just sort of like just let them sit when you're ready? Because what I was going to suggest is just let me. I'm curious to know what the kit's like. Is it has it got good detail? Is it mind you, once the 48 detail is part of the deal, but you know what I'm saying. Is it nice and clean in the pressing? Is it all these sorts of little bits and bobs? Now, with this one, I can clearly go quite happily with the big brush. Get this one out of the way for a moment. It's not a good spot for it. What are you doing, big boy? Come here. There we go. There we go. Dearie me. Feeling a bit chipper this morning. All is good in the world of the Robster. Yes, it is. Particularly as, and this is always a good thing in my eyes, the Wallabies won. This makes me happy. The trivial things that put a smile on my dial. Even those things that are giving you a bit of cause for concern at the moment are not that bad. They're really not. They're really, really not. There we go. That's looking better. Now, once I've got this done, trying to think what else I can do on the P-51. Yes, I need to tidy up some of the paintwork on the nose. So we can do that as well. But first, I want to do something on the 109, which is to plug that gap on the filter cover. That's a bit savage, to say the least. It does actually make me a little concerned about one element or one part that needs to go on the very front. I'm hoping it's not too wide, as in the fuselage part. Right. There we go, nice and pretty. One. Oh god damn, that's just wrong. That is. What the hell? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ooh, interesting. In as much as just of its own, I find the way that pressings and stuff like that get taken over from one company, what um, when another one gets bites the dust, so to speak. The kind of curious, and I know Academy does a lot of that sort of thing, and that's fine. Often helps keep some really good kits alive, as far as accessible and all that sort of caper. Delay. All right. Now, I reckon this is one of the first streams ever. Well, not ever, but in a while. But Bassman's not been around. I think he might be. I know he was going into town, and he's going to a place called Hobby Lobby. He's looking at getting a Tamiya F4U that I have, and he's never built a plane before, so I'm gonna walk him through. There you have it. That's the plan. I think that'll be kind of cool. I know he enjoys being on the streams, which is also kind of cool. Now, give me a moment. I need to put some more thinner in there. I'm just looking at how I wish to do that as a transferal. Oh, can I get two? Possibly can. Oh, maybe. If we're lucky, can I get? Ha ha! Here's what I need. Big chunky pipette. Big and chunky. Once I've excuse me a moment. There we go. Splatch. Once I've cleaned my brush, I'll yeah, let's give you a quick zoom in on the. You can do better than that. There we go. Yeah, this is actually a bit. Hang on, I'm being a bit. There we go. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Now. Oh yeah, that's all good. Now, lid for that. Clean brush. Delete. Now. Give it a rinse. Alrighty. Now, use my hand, so to speak. And there we go. That's looking a bit better. Dear, oh dear. Before they were looking quite horrid. Yeah. All right. Zoom out. Next thing I wish to attend to is you get over here. Bam. And looking. Finding. What are you doing here? What is this? Some sort of display? I ask you. Now. Come. Thank you. Now what we're going to do is fill that gap. Use a little glue. 11 kits. Deary me. Now, get one more toothpick. There we go. Right, now we're getting places. Maybe a little more. The thing about crystal clear is it will, unsurprisingly, it has a good surface tension, which makes it well suited to this sort of caper. Little bit more. That might be enough all of the time. Almost there. Of course, a little bit of patience. But once it's on, and then it will facilitate the filling of our gap. Yeah. It's a bit more down in there for some reason. There we go. I think we're good. Yep, there we go. All right. Now give me a moment and I'll show you what I've done there. Now, bing. Right, so you can see I've filled the gap there. Wrong way. Focusing on the wrong point. Can I? Yeah, I reckon I can. Right, so you can see it's filled the gap, got a bit across, but that's okay. It's still a little etchy sketchy there. Might just get a bit onto that, but you get the idea. Once that dries clear, that will be a nice, easy little bit of paintwork to tidy up. No big problem there. Now there is another vent thing that goes there, and that means the gap will be a little bit too wide. I'm sure we will deal. Now, moving right along. I guess I should probably tend to this little spot right now. Can I just guide? Yes, I can. Yeah. My headset's just did its thing, if you know what I'm saying. Alright. Alright, there we go. Let's just let that do its thing. One last little bit that I want to attend to. Just clean some bits off. Alright. Pop that over. Now, next, red. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, 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 shake my paint up. Now, you know, it's entirely possible I'm about to do something quite irrelevant to either of these aircraft after I've done this bit of painting. As to what that is, all will be revealed. Dee-lee-lee. And we're looking good. Yes, we are. Now let's just get our Mustang. Over you come. Bring the camera up a bit. So probably, yep. All right. Put that there. Maybe don't need that out. Put that over to here for the time being. Now, Out you come. There we go. Next. Brush. Maybe a little heavier than that. Let's see what we can find here. Oh no, Mr. Citadel's looking old. Actually, I won't roll with Citadel anyway. I'm going to roll with this one. This will do the job for us nicely, I think. Excuse me a moment, my thumb's getting a little temperamental. I'm just going to now, almost there. Almost dropped it, which would have been most inconvenient in my eyes. And we'll just come down that way. Nice. Yep, better. All right. Let me just clean my brush. I'll show you what I did. Well, in fact, I'm pretty sure you can see what I did, which is to tidy up the nose cone. Next. Some painting on the... Actually, no. Haha. We will be doing some more painting, but before that, let me just rinse my brush. Bam. Now, here what I did there was tidy up the nose so that I'm going to need to get another piece of paper behind it. This is going to be tricky. Hang on, maybe not. There we go. So yeah, hang on. Well, there's our nose cone. Nice and solid. Zoom out. Now, we'll pop that over to here. Next. That was it. This is part of the Mustang engine. This came off. I'm going to put it back on. Yes, I am. Now, it should be an easy achievement, I should think. Yeah. So those bits on it, we'll glue them as well. Or apply glue there as well. But that should be okay. Let's do it. There and around there. Alright, let me just get a bit of pins and needles in my fingers for some reason. My hand's been a lot better lately, but it still gets a little. There we go. There we go. All right. Glue. And hopefully, all being well, I won't have to hold this in position for long. Now, boom. Gonna need to tidy up the paintwork a little. But now, boom. Actually looks better from the other side, I think, because the paintwork's a bit less knackered there. We've now got my, this is the engine from the Boss Mustang. And that had come off. And now I've got it back on. I'm feeling a bit chipper about that. Haven't done the Mustang for a little while. We'll be getting back to that in due course. Now, it does. I'm pretty pleased with that, actually. Now, other things. Getting back to the aircraft in question, good people. We shall next. Yes. That's right. I see. What I need to do now is some German grey. Now, what I'm going to do myself a favour with, yes I am, Yes, I am. Oh, don't. Yes, I'm going to do it anyway. Yes, I am. Yes, I. Yeah, we'll stop there. Pretty ordinary song in the first place. So that and that. Right. Bing. Zoom out. Mouthful of coffee time. All right. Now, next on the agenda. Yeah. German grey. Deutschblau. Now, let's see how long this takes to mix, shall we? I'll be needing my goggles for this one. Hasn't taken long at all. How cooperative of it. Now, excuse me. Now, yeah, that'll do, I think. Come here, we go. There we go. If you wonder what I'm snickering at, because the stopper didn't come out, I thought, well, that's a bit inconvenient. And all I could think was, well, it was kind of appropriate after all. At that point, the German grade be inconvenient, because at that point in history, it was not uncommon for Germans to be inconvenient. Certainly, if you're an Allied fighter pilot in this circumstance. Which brush do I wish to go with? Fairly crisp one, I would suggest. But I also don't want to go too thin. That's looking promising. Let's see how we roll. Now, okay, so if I'm going to do that, I will need. Hang on, I'll need what I'll do. Bring it up. Now I'm just going to make some assessments here as to where exactly I wish to go with this colour. Right. Okay. All right. Now, happy with this as a brush selection? Yes, I am. Let's do this. Nice and easy. There. Now, right. Yep, that's the area I wish. Might give that a bit more of a. First, I will do that one. All right. Now what you're going to see here is there's going to be areas I leave. And what they're going to be is a much darker grey. Also a German grey. German field grey. And they're going to, thus it's going to highlight certain elements of the stand. So yeah, that's the dealio with what I'm doing here. That's getting there now. Let's have a quick. So let's do this bit again. Snug there. There we go. All right. Now, next, I will go into here. Might as well go up top here, across there, down there. Alrighty, starting to happen now. As far as I'll soon be able to, give me a moment, show you. Oh, got a couple of spots there on the wrong side, but that's okay, that's going to happen. Actually, I think I just got away with that. How good is that? Ha! So a little on, that's good. Got some on the ground there. Not much, but a bit. What I'll do is just tidy that up rather than go wipey McWipey. Because what I'm trying to do now is go around the edges of the wheel brace, because that's, well, it's the right colour for it to be, basically. This point, you come up, down, yeah, that's fine. Possibly a little thicker, in fact. There we go, around. Now, that's going to look really good when it's completed. It's very clear and distinct is the thing I'm happy with. Now we need to, this brush is not quite as nice as I'd hoped, so I might want to replace this. Hey, Columba! Give me a moment. Yeah, no. Anyway. Delay. Now, and then on this edge, then on the bottom edge, and then we need to just do a slightly thicker line around just the curvy bits. Deary me. Almost there though. Now we can come around here. Yeah. Under there. And there. Yep, almost there. There we go. Right. Now, I am going to clean and change this brush. It's not, it's got a little bit etchy sketchy. I'll just zoom out for a moment. Haven't quite finished that wheel brace. When I have, I will give you a zoom in. And then that, in fact, or at least I haven't finished it in that colour. Once that colour is completed, there's still another colour, but that's going to, yada, 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 yada. Now, might go with, let's have a look here. Now, don't mind the looks of that one. No. How's about that one? Yeah, maybe. Alright. Now, next, I need to go just around there. Need a bit more paint in the brush, apparently. Yeah. Rubbin. Why is it not? There we go. Yeah, slowly but surely. Hey, oh, hey. That's what I wanted to see. Nice. Now, this side. All right. Now, what I've done, what I'm going to do, right, so you can see where I've applied the German grey, and I've got the bottle painted as well. Now, those areas that are not painted are going to be painted German field grey, which is darker again, and that's going to highlight those beams and stuff. That's the idea. Now, focus. Next. Golly dokey, let's do it. Now, once this is done, trying to think what my next port of call is. I know what we can do. We can consider engine, I reckon, on the 109. In fact, there's one particular part I would like to have a gander at. That goes right on the edge. It does. Right on the front. And I'm not sure if it's going to fit. I'm basing that statement on the fact that I have to fill a big gap on the air vent. So we shall see. That's possibly a little more paint than I would. Actually, if I could probably work that around. And yeah, that'll be okay. Now, one part or one half. There we go, coming along. And there, down there. And oh, Bassman, you're here, man. Are you ready to? Have you got your? I'll flick the link up if you're able to join us, and if you're not, well, that's all good too. Oh, yeah, I've got to say hello to Her Ladyship. My apologies. Hi, Her Ladyship, and hello, Bass Woman. Now, give me a moment. You think you'll just watch? No worries. Now, I did do. Oh dear, I mean that's about to fall off. I did something unrelated to the aircraft a bit earlier that I'll show you, Bassman. That was that I tidied it up. It was part of my Mustang engine, is in the car, that had come off and that I hadn't fixed, and I basically just left it on a shelf on my desk on the premise of I'll get round to that, and I was going to get round to that, and I was going to get round to that, and today I got round to it. So yeah, once I've finished this and shown that, I'll show you what the engine. Yeah, I can imagine one of the downsides of living in a small town is that a lot of the stuff you need to, or if you want to get stuff, you got to drive a long way. You got to find a bigger town. I believe that's what happens with my father lives 3 hours to the north of Adelaide. As to why he chose to move there in his 80s is anyone's guess, but we'll leave that discussion there. Anyway, point being, yeah, the town he's moved to is a place called Corn, not C-O-R, Q-U-O-R-N, Corn. And I'm not quite sure how small the population is, but the answer is very. And to access a lot of services that we here in the city take for granted, he has to drive to a place called Port Augusta, which is, I'm not sure how far from, but yeah, you get the idea. Nice one. I've never built a trumpeter kit, but I do have one. It's a Focke-Wulf 200 Condor, and the Condor was originally a Lufthansa passenger aircraft before the war, and they repurposed them into bombers, which they weren't, in my opinion, very well suited for. And some of them were also the personal aircraft of senior Nazi hierarchy. And I was able to get hold of the decals for Hitler's plane, and indeed Himmler's, but I'd probably build Hitler's of the two, just because, well, he's the head honcho. But yeah, oh, yeah. Well, all it really is a question of finishing these two off, because I want to get these two out of the way, you know, and then we can crack into the Corsair. I discovered I had I purchased aftermarket photo etch for my Corsair, and indeed, depending on how much how much time I have to my at my disposal, or how much I get done, that is more to the point. And when we get to the point of, well, we're done, let's see what the time is, yada yada yada. I might even do a bit of a unboxing and show you the photo etch. So yeah. Oop. Now. Almost done. So these bits on the edge that get really quite tricksy. There we go. I think. Yep, nice there. And now it's just there and there. Delay. She might just come a little more into. Oh, not there. There we go. A bit more into there would be good though. Forgot the bottom. Alrighty, now we go. Yes. A little more into there. And finally, across there. Now we come across here. There we go. Right. I might just. Right. Give you a quick zoom in. I'll just use my hand as the backer. And boom. And I'll be doing pretty much exactly what I suggested I'll be doing with the other one to highlight the beams with the German filled grey. And I'm not going to put that over there. I'm going to move that next to the other one. Who would have thought that might be a good idea, eh? Cool. Room. Thank you, Bassman. Now. Yes. Let's. Quickly clean the brush. Now, but me. Now, don't think I showed you the. I got the rocker cover back on. This is the Mustang engine. That's obviously not the. But yeah, I got that had come off along with the exhaust manifolds. But now I've got it all back together, and that's our Mustang engine. At least at the moment, anyway. There's a part that needs to go on here. Oil filter. And yeah, well, I've got to say, Rev will make it really easy to do that because, of course, they supply the detail. That's always where the key is. If the detail's there, you can do it. If it's not, you're pushing shit uphill. Now, next on the agenda was, now that's still drying. Drop tanks are drying. Rubbing. That was it. Next, what I want to find out, well, in fact, what we can do, people. Bing. First, wouldn't mind seeing about getting that in position. Now, and by that I mean that, which should go, or does go, ultimately there. Now, let's just check that I'm not jumping the gun, that I don't need to get shit into position first. They suggest completely assembling the engine first. Maybe it's a good idea, so we'll follow their suggestions. Heaven forfend. Now, what I need to work out here. Oh, looky that. That'll be nice and easy for us. Come to Papa. Now. And what's more, now do I want to do, because, oh hey Jeff, how are you doing? Nice, sounds very enjoyable, mate. Good one. Now, what I'm trying to decide here is whether to put the guns on, which will go on the top, or the first, or the smaller stuff on first, or let me have a look at a few things on it. Aha. Right. Rubbing. If I've got to do, well, I'm bearing in mind, I'm planning on how I'm working out how I'm going to do the guns, because, give me a moment, I think they're in here. My gun things in here. These are the engine parts, that's not a problem. Yes, they are, maybe. Hang on. Where did I put? I had some really nice guns lined up to put on, because they don't come with any. This is a bit of personal handiwork, shall we say. I reckon I know where they are. Give me a moment, guys. I did have these ones, but they're a bit short. I seem to recall was being the issue. So, I'm just going to take my headset off. I'll be back in a minute. Hang on a moment, I might not need to go for a walk. Give me a moment, guys. What's this we have here? Oh, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not the stuff I'm looking for. Alright. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Hey, I'm back. Now I've I found some really nice guns last time I was looking for them, and now I've misplaced them, which is a wee bit frustrating. However, all is not lost. Now, the reason all is not lost is because I have other options. There's a gun there, or a gun barrel there. There's a gun barrel there. There's one there. So they're probably long enough of their own. Now, what I need to do is create a bracket for our guns. Now, the guns actually sit a bit on the outside, like about there, sort of an angle. This one's bent, but it's actually bent at the point where I probably want to trim it anyway. Got that one, and I've got this one. Now, cool. Okay. Right. So, one thing I need to consider with this is, what's the part that's supposed to go on there? C40. Goggles, Jesus, I tell you. C40 is that one. Right. It goes that way, sort of a thing. Right. So the bracket would need to take the guns over that. Now, give me a moment. Stop that. Move them over there. Right. So that sits like that. Okay. Right, let's get C40 on, because that's going to make a difference to how our brackets for the guns are going to sit on our ha! Now, sprue cutters. When you think about it, half an hour is not that far to go as far as time-wise to go shopping, because if you're in a metropolitan area, you'll often have to travel that far that time-wise anyway. I would suggest. So yeah, just a line of thought. So this one, goes on just... This is definitely going to be a tweezer job. Much though I'm not happy about that fact. Now, let's see if we can get hold of one of these ones. Okay. Let's do it. Well, let's get the glue open first. And then once that's there, we'll need to put... Okay. Oh, actually, that makes sense. What I'm calculating here, guys, is where I'm going to need to put the guns. And now that I think about it, of course, they're going to be up quite high. Otherwise, they're going to be not, well, where the cowling would be, if you know what I'm saying. All right. Here we go. Now comes the tricksy part. Oh no, I could put one that, I reckon. Maybe not. Probably. I reckon this isn't going to come off when I put it in position. Of course not. Why would you do that, eh? Forgot barehanded, and look at that, boom. Now, it's not quite right though. Let's get a toothpick onto this. What that needs to do. Go further back and across. Oh no. Oh, there it is. You know what? I'm probably doing this the hard way now that I think about it. Why don't I just... There we go. Now... Up, in. Press a bit more to the side. That's not correct. That's where you should be. Aha! Oh, not quite. Oh, you... Almost. Almost there. Right. Finally. Now, that means the guns will go there and there. There we go. All right. Still being a little cunty to us. What I'll do, it's not quite sitting nicely. So, all right, again, the jury's a bit out on these ones, but we'll see how we travel. Bam. Right. Finally. What that was all about was how to do this. Give me a moment. That's how I'll do it. That part there on top of the engine. All right. Zoom out. Next. Engine brackets, probably. Now they are in the blue box at bits. So, yeah. All right. Now, something I have noticed I wouldn't mind doing as well. Actually, rather than glue something else, first I'm going to do a little bit of painting, because that'll give that a bit of time to dry and stabilize before I put stuff on close to. It's actually the color I used earlier, which is a bit grumpy making, but what's a man to do? Now, German grey. And where's the thing I used for that? Might even still have some German grey paint in it. And probably would have. Rubbing. No. This is clean suspiciously. Yep. But no, it's not enough. So we'll just pour some out. Because what I want to tidy up here, just a little bit. Now, what's the time? So what I want to do here is just a little bit of tidy up work on, we'll use this one, and we will go just potato here. Makes that look a little nicer. It looks a bit rugged at the moment. I don't like that. No, don't like it. There's a don't like it is a was a song over here that you guys probably never heard, but it's a parody of one of the local pollies. Well, not local. She's in the Australian Parliament, but she's got some pretty full-on views, and she once got parodied by this DJ who went by the name Pauline Pants Down. And in case you hadn't worked it out, was a transvestite. And the first track she did, and you'll soon see why this leads to Don't Like It, was, and she used samples of the actual Pauline Hanson, that's the Pauline in question, her speeches. And it was, I'm a backdoor man for the Ku Klux Klan with very horrendous plans. I'm a nice potato. And Pauline Hanson was less than amused at this parody. And the phrase was, I don't like it. Now, of course, you got to say to somebody who's going to pay you out, that's like a red rag to a bull. And in due course, she was parodied again. And the big line was, no, I don't like it. When you move my words about, I don't like it. After she's gone through a few things that she doesn't like, it's this golden bit where and where the line is, but I like to dance and I like to disco. I left my heart in San Francisco. Yeah, that's right. And again, the beautiful part was that it was actually just samples of her speeches used. And yeah, it was just tidy work. Tidy work. Unless you're Pauline Hanson. Hey, I guess that's her problem. Now, yeah, all I did there was just consolidated the grey in the cockpit, and that's just showing the bottles behind, so we'll have to, there we go, so it's looking a bit nicer. Now, that could probably use just a quick little nudge with a toothpick. Oh, gently does it. There we go. Now, yeah, you got to say with regards to the whole I don't like it, Jesus, man, saying that to a satirist, really? Are you a bit slow on the uptake? This is the shit they feed on. And also, if you're going to be in politics, expect it. It's going to happen. Anyone who hasn't worked that out is probably in the wrong business, you know? So, getting places. Now then. Well, that's actually starting to look a bit swish already. Swish. Now, just trying to make sure I've got the right side for. Yep, that's going to go splatch. Now, just want to check something for a moment. Aha, that's right. So if I focus that onto there, onto the fifth of those, right. Now, does it give us? Right. So, let's just have a goosey gander. Come here, you. Why are you little? I ask you. This is possibly a little big for the occasion. Dropping him is not a good idea. For that. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I see. Alright. Now might use crystal clear on this. Here's a question, how close can I get like this? Oh, that's pretty swish. Alright. I'm feeling a little brave. Now, feeling a little brave, there's got to be some sort of Native American Indian priest choir boy joke you can manufacture out of that one. Feeling a little brave. I'm sorry, that's terrible. All right, let's see if we can pull this off, boys and girls. Oh, there's more references there. I could just trot out at the drop of a hat in my more politically incorrect modes. Almost. Too thick, Jesus. Almost knocked a little paint plane off the table. That should be a little higher on one end. There we go. Stop that. Get where you want to go. You know what you want to do. There you go. There we are. Yep. Should that be higher? Well, by the diagram, it's pretty straight. So yeah. I think that front end is a little higher than that. I think this needs to be more there. All right. Now, the other side. Mouthful of coffee required, I tell you. Now, yeah, it's starting to come together, hey. Now, next. This one. Okay, well, we know what we got to do. Let's do it. Boom. All right. All right. I'll stop. But it is indeed, in fact, very appropriately, as I'm sure Bassman would concur. All right here now. Now, next we go. All right, now get this lid on. Stop that. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? What sort of behavior is that from a camera stand, eh? Now you get onto it. Why am I doing it differently to how I did the other one? Now, toothpick. Really? Don't do that. Up, no, down. Why, you little? Stop that. You're being silly. There we go. Maybe just a touch higher. No, I'm just going to leave it. All right, that's the brackets on. Now, Might want to leave that for a little bit, perhaps, because there's a couple of things that are quite close to that. I think, yeah. I want the brackets to dry before I start getting a little too carried away. We'll slide him. Actually, one thing we can do quite happily, however, give me a moment. Over we come. And up. Now, what I might do while I think too, given my camera had a fit of the sags. Oh, wrong way. Tighten that up. There we go. Yes, indeed. Alrighty then. We may as well as get these in. Tail fins. And then starting to run out of things to do. But that's okay. We've done some really good stuff. Now, what I'm waiting for now is for, in some instances, things to dry properly. Like with the drop tanks. I can tidy up anything that needs to be tidied up on the bottom of them once they're in position. But at the moment, I want that paint to dry properly. And then it's just a question of aerial stand, cockpit aerial wire. Boom. And all of that can be done in one fell swoop. All of that. 109's a little more to do because of the engine detailing and because there's a little bit more painting. But ultimately, once that's done, we're looking not far off either, which is all rather good. Now, we'll start with this one, shall we? Oh God, that's a bit rumpty there. Let's see how it fits, shall we? God, don't like that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. That fits quite nicely. Okay. Now, the only reason, by the way, I'm not doing the aerial stuff on the P-51D this stream is because I like to get everything, I like to leave that sort of stuff to the very last moment. I really do. Because that's potentially where you can get some minor disaster action happening. And something else I should file here very quickly. There we go. Now, yeah. There we go. I don't think I need to get too carried away with the amount of glue there. And on we go. It does seem to sag a little. So, what I'm, yeah. Yeah, it's not happy, Jan. There we go. That's better. For a moment there I thought I'd lost a bracket. I was going to be going, oh, you're kidding me, right? No, you're not kidding me. It's all good. Although one thing I have noticed... The other one might help lock it in. Sometimes that's how they're set up, you know. Quick file. All right. Having a bit of a time with these. Get up there. Quite sure what the issue here is. All right, though. At the end of the day, there we have them. Oh, you can't see what the hell I was doing after all of that. What can you? There we go. Tail fins on. So, all right. Now I reckon I'm going to wind the stream up there. I've been going for a couple of hours. I could probably use a wee bit of a break. Actually, I'll go over what we did get done today because there's a bit. It's good. We got wheel stems well on the way to being completed rather. So there's them, got both of them done. These were horrid, so we tidied them up so as we can get them on. Anything that needs to be tidied up on the base of them, we will do once they're actually on the aircraft. That's for the P-51D. We got a few things on our engine area here. Brackets on. And tidied up the paintwork there. Why would you not focus on? And of course got the tail fins on. Are they still square, are they? I'll keep an eye on that. Along the way, we also excuse me a moment, you can see a whole stack of blue for a moment as we also tidied up the paintwork on the nose of the Mustang, so it's now nice and solid red. And on the whole, look, if I didn't want to go with the drop tanks, I could probably even wind it up pretty quickly, but I might as well get the drop tanks on it. And then I've just got to do the top. Boom. But there we have it. So that's what we got done today. Quite a bit overall. Oh, and finally, yeah, I got that last little thing on the main block of the car engine, making it look very nice and swish. Swish. All right. So, thank you, Bassman. Ha 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 ha! Ah, you're funny. David, you're incorrigible when it comes to kits. That's a wonderful thing. Alrighty, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Now, first-time viewers out there, you know what I'm about to say to you, don't you? Follow, like, or subscribe. Other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And again, follow, like, subscribe. Glad you enjoyed it, Bassman. Yeah, tomorrow I think we can go for the Batmobile. Yes, it'll be Batmobile time tomorrow. Continue doing our thing with it. Funny line of thought for you. One of my, in fact, as you know from my Instagram and Twitch thing, one of the names I go by is Robster. So when we're doing the Batmobile, we've got Robster and Bassman doing Batman and Robin, or Bassman and Robster doing Batman and Robin. My pleasure, David. Now, yeah, I guess all of that's done and said and done. Now, tomorrow, I am going to need to be very much on the hour and a half thing because I've got my course tomorrow and Tuesday. So, yeah, these are the things. Oh, hey, John, how you doing? I'm sorry to say you've just caught me on the way out. I'll give you a quick roll through of what we've done. The other guys have already seen this, so but yeah, it's just simple stuff like tidying up the nose cone on the Mustang, getting a start on the engine area of the 109, putting the tail fins on. Yeah, they were the big ones. But yeah. But yeah, I'm on my way out now, I'm sorry to say. But I will be on tomorrow. I appreciate that, John. Thanks for swinging past. Yeah, so at the end of the day, peeps, I will be back tomorrow. I'll be being joined by Bassman. We will be doing the Batmobile. Yes. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.